Hey there folks, rinimt here and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn! In the last part, we unlocked Monk. We didn't progress proper story, but hey, we got Monk, so that's story enough, I think. And we went ahead and finally did the level 30 guild test. So, we are now in Lower Noscea, and let's go ahead and do the side quests that are in this area before we head on and unlock the Wolves Den. They call me the Stead Shepherd, but all three kinds of livestock we breed here fall under my crook. Nevertheless, sheep remain my first love, my one true passion. So can you imagine my dismay to find finding my flock of a frumpy fleece? Let me try that again. So can you imagine my dismay at finding my flock in frumpy fleece? I can't very well take worn-out wool to market. A sheep with no shine is good for nothing but mutton. But where there's wool, there's a way. See what Chartain has to say. Okay. Whack-a-mole. This sounds similar enough to shrews, so good enough for me. A lifetime of meticulous research into the advancement of the agricultural arts has taught me anything. It is that the fruits of knowledge are incapable of preserving themselves. Without an adventurer's brawn to protect them, I fear all my work will come to naught. Take, for example, the splendid ogre pumpkin crop I was able to cultivate. Years of hypothesizing and testing at last made tangible, only to be snatched away by those subterranean sorners, the clever hedge moles. I've already engineered the pumpkins to resist fire, drought, frost, weeds, insects, infested rituals. I just need someone to kill the moles. Shrew Slayer at your service. I got this. Alright. So this is our last housing quest for now. The Mist one. Am I looking into something for me, adventurer? It may be of interest to you, in fact. I'm told the plots within Mist are to be auctioned off. You, me, hell's even a 12-damned wandering minstrel can purchase their own piece of Noscea. And upon that plot of land, you'd be free to build a house of you and yours. Or for you and yours. You can't tell me that the thought isn't at least slightly appealing, can you? It's a bit surprising that the Thalassic had the time and resources to prepare such an area. What with the kobolds and the primals causing all manner of trouble. But who am I to judge the priorities of politicians, much less pirates, eh? Besides, I'd like nothing more than to own a home of my own. We'll just go with it. I've yet to verify the truth of this hail just yet, though. If you have no objections to taking a detour from your adventures, why not head towards the gate to Mist and see if there's a Maelstrom representative who can confirm or deny these land auctions. Okay, but first, let's pick up our Chocobo route. And then we've got Chartain over here with the sheep. Mogrim had some little lambs whose fleece was white as snow, but everywhere the little lambs went, lice were sure to go. Now we're stuck with lousy sheep. And the time it takes me to brush one clean, the lice spread the two more. I just can't keep up with them by myself. If you could brush 3 shaggy sheep for me, we might be able to wipe out the infestation altogether. Let Mogrim know his sheep are in shape once you've finished. Alright. Let's... Hold on. Use. Thank you. The shaggy sheep looks relieved. Go ahead and help out this one. Also looks relieved. And finally, also looks relieved. Alright, that was simple enough. Let's go head out this way. Oh man. This looks familiar. Shrew slaying, sorta. Sorta. Hello, basically a shrew. Let's take out all 3 of these. And Simple enough. Alright, now we just need to go check out Mist here. See what is going on there. Hello, Rogan Luna. What is the adventure? Oh yes, the auctions. By order of the Admiral herself, Mist and all plots within are to be sold exclusively to adventurers, so as to encourage their immigration to Lominsa. Why only adventurers, you ask? Practical necessity, really. Lominsa is in dire need of fresh blood, capable, courageous adventurers who will fight her foes or protect her interests. Those who build a home here will have that much more incentive to aid us. As for what manner of place Mist is, I think it is best that you journey there and see for yourself. Please direct any other questions you might have to the recruit station just past the entrance. So once again, let's head on in and check out this residential area. I'm just gonna go to the first one again. Alright. Once the game decides I can move, what the heck? So another thing worth noting is you can use mounts inside the housing areas. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to Mist. A Lominsan sent you, did you say? Oh, that's unfortunate. All Lominsans are barred from participating in the auctions, you see, on account of the fact they are, well, Lominsan. Admiral's decree. If you find the area to your liking, though, please consider speaking with the resident caretaker. She can guide you through the process of purchasing a plot for yourself. Alright, so now I have to go back and be like, yeah, sorry. Non-residents only. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's almost like we've done this twice before. So let's go ahead and leave and head back and turn some stuff in. There you are. What news have you brought me? For the purpose of luring adventurers to Lominsa, that's unfortunate. That does explain a great deal. Looks like my dream of owning my own home will have to wait a little longer. Don't you worry about me. My day will come soon enough. And now we'll get access to warp right over to Mist and so on and so forth. You all know the drill by now. So let's just go turn in these two other quests and see where that leaves us. Well, that was so easy. It makes me wonder why I spent my life formulating complex solutions to problems rather than merely going around killing things. Nevertheless, I'm afraid it's too late to alter my methods now. I'll continue to focus on the complex solutions and then you stick around to kill things. What hubris, what ignorance to believe that I, one woman alone, could overcome the unfathomably vast and profound mysteries of nature. But with you here, I'm sure we can do it. Of course you have another one for me. How about you, Milgram? For an adventurer, you surely know how to wield a lace cloak. Like, blah, blah, blah. As I'm sure you have found, she are delicate souls that require delicate care. Truly wonderful wool requires time, love, and tenderness. You must caress their coats ever so gently, listen to their soft bleating in your ear, feel the warmth of their breath on your neck. And listen to my next quest. Beetlejuice! 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 Here to partake in the inexplorable Marchus Island? Science, the concoction I'm currently formulating, could change horticulture as we know it. Imagine a fluid one could strew over crops to ward off pests. All I need are some ladybugs and someone to squash them. Ladybugs simply cannot resist aphid. Find some alphic lavender, dab it with a bit of aphid nectar, and they'll come swarming to the slaughter. Alright. Much ado about dodos. They may call it the red rooster stead, but make no mistake, dodos are the birds that keep this stead steady. Those sweet and tender eggs, that succulent meat. So long as you remove a dodoling's poison glands, you're in for some scrumptious and healthy poultry. They're so delicious, I have to remind myself some birds just aren't meant to be caged. Or perhaps I don't. Tuck the Zapian and see if we can't return those exquisite caged creatures to their pen. Alright, so it looks like we're had to go down and then also up and to the northwest, that direction. I am pleased to see you. I was about to cry foul, but with your help we can round them up. I was done when the dodos pecked through the fencing and fled the coop. Luckily, they know better than to leave the stead. There are 3 bolting dodos in all. If you spot one, just throw one of these dodo-sized sacks over its head. Once you've caught all the birds, would you mind leaving them in Milgrim's care? I need to repair the fencing before we can return them to this enclosure, you see? But what about the others that are already here? So we can kind of see where they roughly are on the map. So we've got one here. Let's go ahead and throw the sack onto it. So now we're just going to be carrying a bunch of birds in our pocket. Makes sense, right all? Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Makes total sense. Just carry some birds in our pocket. Alright. Nope. Wrong item. Can't use the beetle. We can't do Beetlejuice on the dodos. We have to use the sacks on the dodos. Where's it? Up top? Alright. Thought I chose the wrong thing there for a second. Decided to just go with it. Alright, so there's all 3, but before we turn them in, of course, let's go ahead and do the other quest we've got our hands on right now. So right back in this field, we'll find some lavender. And lo and behold, there's a ladybug. I'm sorry, little ladybug. I'm sorry. Nope, nope. It's just a wave sort of deal. Alright, now we're good. Okay, back we go. Yep, I've got it. I've got it. It's elementary, really. Aphids live in fear of ladybugs, and so applying the scent of ladybug blood to our crops is to ward off the parasites. We are manipulating the laws of nature. Of course, we could have just let the ladybugs go on defending the crops as always and not squash them for the Viscera, but I hardly see the science in that. It's a lot less cruel. That's what I see in it. But, at any rate, we're done with her. For everything, hand me the dodos. Here you go. Oh, my precious darlings, without the poison breast, they're defenseless out in the wild. Daddy Dodo gets so worried. And now my dodos have a mommy. You'll stay around and look after my babies, won't you? At least until they're ripe for slaughter? No! I will not. Well, if you're gonna call me their mommy, I'm out of here. Bye. Peace. Sayonara. I'm going up to this quest up here. Bye. What the heck? Just no. Ugh. What goes around? Breathtaking, is it not? Proud sails turning, rugged gears churning, the mill never stops, and so neither can the millers assign to its upkeep. Vigilance is the key. By addressing tomorrow's issues today, we assure the wheels of prosperity continue the grind. Unfortunately, I have my hands full with the work of the day and cannot leave my station to tend to inspection. I entrust this duty to you. Seek out the other 3 millers, heed their concerns, and a prize awaits learn of your findings. Of course, I have to run all over creation to find them all, don't I? Man, I know I don't have that many, but it really likes this behemoth, doesn't it? Well, you see the mill spinning, don't you? What more do you need to know? The only problem I have is you meddling in my chores. Away with you, then. Bye. See that way. What the heck? So rude. The mill is Fine. We'd be wise to concern ourselves with the grubby scavengers that rob us of our yield. I mean, at least that's a more than concern. Just bye. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Haven't noticed anything off myself, but let's have a look now, shall we? Look there. The sail's been nicked a bit. Nothing urgent, mind you. The cloth we use is the same as they use for sails out on the sea, made to stand up to bluster and wind. Alright. Let's go ahead and report back. I trust you enjoyed your tour of the mill. You are impressed, yes? The matter of Ashusha's sail is most worrisome indeed. The matter shall be remedied at once. To delay acting until trouble occurs is to ask for trouble. The Grey Fleet stops for nothing. Full sail ahead. Alright, and I guess that's it for that little bit of side quest. So now we're going to head west and head for fire and brimstone? Okay. Alright, what do you have for me? Well, this time we've dug ourselves into a hole well and truly. Struck brimstone while shoveling through the mines, and now the rocks are rife with a reek of rotten eggs. The gas grew to be too much to bear. You'll need this clear earth crystal if you're to restore the earth and plug the leak properly. Just mind the terrific clouds brought on by the brimstone. I think I can do that. Which I'm sure actually means we're gonna have to fight every single one, aren't we? Alright. Use. Nope. But down this hallway we go. So quiet. Use. Nope. There we go. That didn't get me very far, did it? Oh well. They're down now. And one more. Alright. So let's go ahead and turn in this quest. Not that there was much to really say on it. And that's a breath of fresh air. For many of the miners, a bit of brimstone is nothing to write home about, but I'm one of the ones who has to write the letters when the gluttons choke to death down there. The price his metals command in the wake of the calamity will make us either rich or dead. Let's go ahead and grab the money keys, and looks like that wraps it up for up here. So I believe our fastest route is just going to be to teleport right back down to Marby Dry Dock and then head up to that quest. So I will go ahead and do that. Alright. A bridge too full. You want to be crossing Ocean's Embrace? If you ain't in a hurry to be someplace, I'd rather you hold off for a bit or two. Presently, the bridge is such a right confusion of wagons and such, the damn things like to collapse. I literally just went through. We expect a bit of congestion, with this being the only bridge connecting the roads from the dry docks to Limsa Minsa, but today's traffic is something awful. Speaking of which, what in the seven hells does Westmalga think he's playing at, deserting his post at a time like this? Do me a favor, would you, lass? Track down that skittish bugger and tell him to get his arse back to directing the chaos at the Embrace. Well, he's really not that far, it seems. Like, literally right back here. It was only a matter of time before they sent someone after me, I suppose. I heard you. The bridge is a bloody mess. Truth be told, I wish the damn thing would collapse and save me the suffering. I can't simply wave me hands and have everything suddenly sort itself out now, can I? If I try reasoning with those demon-spawned coachmen, I'm like to get my head bit off. Listen, if you're not going to let me be, can you at least have a word with the more irate wagon drivers, you know, soothe their temper some? That'll be one less headache for me to deal with. Okay. You see them trying to hold back the cliffs from crashing into the water here. They do that around here too with some of the mountainsides to keep them off the, like, from going onto the road. Alright. Oops. Nope. Soothe has an E in it, Rennie. Typed it without an E. Perhaps you do have a point. I shall endeavor to keep a hold on my temper, if only to see the situation resolved before the moon turns. How about you? Well, if you put it like that, then maybe I'll hold me tongue for a bit. Alright, I did what you asked of me. Now will you get back to your post? Please? Maybe? Be nice. Well, I'll be damned. You actually managed to calm them buggers down? You're a miracle worker, and that's the honest truth. All I need is for the drivers to heed my directions without a snapping and snarling, you see? Well, I'd best be at it before they lose their tempers again. Oh, I appreciate if you let Captain Dozrail know I'm back on the job. And that you're a giant chicken. Can I let him know that too? Where's Mogus back at his post? Is he? Your tongue must be made of silver to have accomplished that feat. Can't handle the yelling, you see. The gods only know how such a delicate flower survived guard training in the first place. And he's never gonna survive duty at the bridge now that work on the Victory has a flood of deliveries coming in and out every bloody day. Where's Mogus better harden up or start looking for a quieter line of work? Go ahead and grab that money. And that finishes up that quest. So I do believe it's back down to Morby. Now we can actually go safely grab the quest down there. Alright, what do we have? Constant carvings. What you say? Another initiate? Initiate, you say? Getting lots of these initiates these days. Lots of initiates. What do you say? What day you say it was? Now I reckon this initiate's here looking for work. Is it work you seek, eh? Well, you need not fret, as I just happen to have a task that needs tending. Dear friend of mine, Roston something or such is holed up at the lighthouse on the side of the grip. It used to be that I visit the lab once a night to see how he was faring, but me legs just ain't the same since the gout gone and grabbed hold of them. I'd be grateful if you could check up on the candlekeep and me stead. Oh, don't be forgetting to take along 4 curved aquaflanks. Tell him they're from Mimidoa. He'll understand. I can't keep that out. Ugh. It's not a fun voice to do. Ugh. Alright, we have this one up here with what? Ooh. Failure to lunch. Oh, woe is me! I seem to have gone and misplaced 4 of my packed lunches. Whatever am I to do? I can hear her outburns, belly grumbling all the way over here. I'm certain I made enough for everyone, so it must be that I either dropped a few or gave some to the wrong fellas. Oh, did you hear that? It was Outburn's belly again. He does not look at all pleased, does he? I must say with my cart, if you could search the I must stay with my cart, but if you could search the dry docks and see if you cannot find those lunches, I would be eternally grateful. I haven't put together something special for... Ah, did you see it? Oprum just gave me the evil eye. If those lunches don't turn up soon, I'm afraid they'll come over here and eat me. Alright, so let's find some lunches, and there's literally one right on the ground, right over here. Let's talk to Madamond, because it seems he has something for us. Well, who would be needing one of her lunches back, you say? And here I was beginning to think the last that dies for me. Not that she's me type, mind you. I believe I'd like my me woman to be a few hands taller, and a few pounds heavier, and a few shades bluer, if you catch me drift. I wouldn't have minded the extra meal, though. A man can work up quite a craving when he's been pounding the stretch and shaping sheets of iron all night. Yeah, if you say so. At any rate, it looks like we have to go up. So let us do that, because it's just sitting on the ground once again. What the heck? How careless can you be? Apparently really this careless. And do not ask me how this behemoth is walking around up here. Just don't question it. Don't tell me you came to collect my lunch. I could see it in them accusing eyes of yours. Sure, I knew right well that none of these lunches was meant for me. What with today being my day off and all, I never thought a little Wafufu would miss just one. If I give back the lunch, will you promise me you'll not mention it was I who took it? I don't want the lass to think I was trying to swindle her, though that's sort of what I was trying to do. But she doesn't have to know that now, does she? Right then, carry on. Jeez. Yeah, see, I was trying to swindle her out of some food, but don't tell her that, please. The heck? I don't have anything to say about that. But let's report back to Wafufu. That's where Opera has come several paces closer. 1, 2, 3, 4. You did it! You found all the missing lunches. Now perhaps I can rest in peace knowing that Oprim won't be indulging in his cannibalistic fantasies. At least for today. Stop being so irresponsible. Is that so difficult? Oh, but it looks like we have unlocked 2 quests. So let's go ahead and grab this one from Hezko? Hezko's? I don't know. Nailed it. Okay, I've watched way too much Nailed It. I'm sorry. When it comes to riveting, you could search the realm over, but you won't find none better than Hezko. Whatever, that's his name now. 10 score rivets bell I drive. Twice that if I'm not in my cup. In me cups. The key to driving rivets proper like is how hot you can get the buggers. The hotter the rivet, the stronger the bond she'll make with the steel plate. Problem being was I to heat me rivets in the fort, they'd be cold as a dead whore's crotch by the time I haul them back to the Victory. So I use the white hot cores of lightning sprites. As you can see, me supplies running a tad low. If it ain't too much trouble, would you be so kind as to fetch me some? Look as if you could take on the whole pack of sprites with one hand tied behind your arse. That would be very difficult for me to fight, but I mean, if you say so. But I'm definitely going with very difficult to fight that way. Alright, looks like just this other one opened up here. What counts? I'm looking for a strapping young adventurer, good with her numbers to help tally our remaining supply of planks and logs. But I suppose you'll have to do. Now that work on the Victory is nearing completion, I need one final count on the lumber we have so I can determine if we'll need more. I already have Razum Milzen and Marimo Falimo started on the tally, so speak with them and see what they found. Then bring me back the exact number of quarterdeck logs and forecastle planks remaining on side. Understood? Okay. Go ahead and grab these. Just finished me counting the cedar mouse, and the yard master ain't gonna like what I have to tell him. What? You'll tell him for me? Well, being me guest then, lass. The Victor, being as big as she is, will be outfitted with 3 full-size masts and 2 smaller masts. Each mast will have its own set of 4 to 5 spars, or cross masts, from which the sails hang. One need not be a scholarly from Melvin's Gates and know that's a whole hell's worth of lumber. And so, just how many mast-worthy logs did I count here? 4. Not 400, not 4 score, not even 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can take to the yard master, but don't say I didn't warn you. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Okay, I guess I'll grab it from down here, since it's not going to let me up, is it? Literally is not. The heck? He'll jet. I want to jump on top. I'm not actually counting these, I'm just hoping the quest does. 200 oak birthing planks, not one more, not one less. I counted them twice, and then I counted them thrice more, just for good measure. may be in trouble, though, if them shipwrights need any more than what you see before you. Fires of the Calamity claim most of the trees in the old Oakwood. And what are those that remained, you ask? Why, we chopped down the rest to help build the victory. Don't know if I approve of this. Trees are good. Trees are very good. I trust you had enough fingers to help you through the talion, so tell me, what did you find? Those be grim numbers indeed. The economy may be just a faded memory. It seems we're still far out from truly healing. The salt-blooded Lamentin, it pains me to say it, but we may have to turn to them 3 folk in Gridania if we're to finish the victory on time. I mean, it could sound like a bad thing. But, well, that's that quest, so let's head out, deal with some sprites and this leaf quest and some jackals, and then head back and see what we find. Phew. Alright. Alright, so right outside the gate we can find some sprites and jackals. So let's take these on. We'll still not wanting to use Demolish since these are just going to die really, really fast. Alright. The sprites. Making some friends here. Which is fine. Not too worried about these friends. And was it one more jackal, one more sprite? Can do that. I was kind of curious if the guild leaf sprites counted for that sprite killing, but well, may as well get it done here and then go to the guild leaf. Alright. Deathliest Catch. So one thing they added in patch 5.3 is you can now actually activate leaf quests while you are on a mount. Because, well, you couldn't actually do that before. Oh my gosh, so many notifications coming up. Let's deal with these sprites. And see, there's a crab there. Let's use a core on it. Nope, didn't have any effect, but let's deal with it anyway. Looks like there is a sprite back up there, probably to make up for the fact we ended up using one. Alright, let's go deal with this sprite again so we can get another core and then see if we can't get ourselves the enemy we actually need. Alright, got another core. So let's head to this crab. And are you the one? Yep, you are. You are a big claw, and you also gain 2 levels when you do that. What the heck? Alright, it's like that one's back up, and that is up. However, I do need to get another core. Okay. Let's do that. One more for the road. So yeah, for leaf targets, other people cannot actually help you because they are specific to you unless they're in your party. If they're in your party, they can, but if they're outside, it'll say that, like, invalid target or something like that. don't remember the exact error it actually gives you. Ouch. I got 2 cores that time. Go figure. When I only needed 1, I got 2. Just how it goes, huh? Alright. And that finishes up that, but I do not want to take that back because we need to take the jackal things all the way down to the south by the lighthouse. Oh, and just so you know, you cannot die from fall damage. It can take it to 1 HP. You can't actually die from the fall damage itself. So I believe this is a Vista, but I don't know if it's active right now. No, it doesn't look like it, unless it's not Lookout. It should be Lookout, but it didn't activate, so I don't feel like looking up the information for it. It can get right lonesome up here all alone with naught but the winds chill to keep a man company. Some days I've carved jackal things to help me clear me head of the voices calling me back to the great blue. Well, here you go. Was this Mimi Doa sent you, did he? Well, you tell the old man that he needn't waste his few last sons in this realm worrying about poor Rosnez. Carry on as I always have, in the service of the sailors, alone till the day I die. Wow, you're being morbid, dude. What the heck? Well, just give me your quest. Say it with flowers. Whilst the carvings help keep me head clear, but the company would ease the solitude. Truth is, with every turn of the sun, I creep ever closer to the brink of madness. All day and all night I dream of someone who might rescue me from this prison. Someone broad and hale, with skin the color of the sea, and eyes will suck you in like a maelstrom. Someone like Grimthoda. I've been enchanted by her sweet magic since I first saw her. A young lass from the Morby dry docks on patrol of the God's grip. She smiled at me, but I was too ed up inside by fear to meet her gaze. Now, since her promotion to head watch, she can't even be bothered to make the climb. I would tell her how it is I feel, but me do these to sailors. Wait, be you could tell her for me? I'd make it worth your while. You could take her a nice Noscea and Lilyville. You think she'd like that? I reckon she'd like that. Ain't met a woman what don't like flowers. Is that how it is? Alright, well, let us head down here. Hello. Forbidden Island. Excuse me, adventurer. Might I have a moment of your time? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Azumin, field assessor at Maelvin's Gate. My work with the Custom House involves the investigation of claims made regarding the unlawful import of restricted items from foreign shores. Recently, there have been a number of petitions made by the residents of Kendall Keep Quay concerning a species not native to Vilbrand. If the species is indeed alien to this island, it must be located and destroyed immediately before it is allowed to reproduce and possibly disturb the natural balance found here amongst the area's fauna. I would ask that you take this lump of fetid dodo flesh and place it upon one of the mounds of soil to be the nest of the invasive species. The other should draw forth whatever creatures lurk beneath, leaving them easy targets. So. Well, we need to head back up here. At any rate. And there is a suspicious mound just for us. Oh. I have to actually use it, I suppose. A hunger creature! Ah, it's a miteling. Alright. Oh! There is more. Let's take care of those. Oh! Now we have a mite. This must be the big one. The last one, I hope. Alright. I need to go ahead and report that back. I think we've got an A rank in our way. We do. But it's fine. I can just go down this way. And turn in this quest. The Nairi mites? We have collected eggs from cargo ships carried on ships hailing from Razat before, but always at limits. There are no records of ships traveling to or from the tiny island nation making stops here in Candlekeep Quay, nor would they ever need to. Unless the mice are not coming from a ship that laid anchor here, but from a different vessel, one with more heinous motives. I believe this will require further investigation. I thank you again for your assistance. Perhaps I may require your service again in the near future. Now, whereas I have another quest for you, except I don't. Cool. Which means I need to go get some lily bells. So I believe those were up. So let's head up. So that's another A rank right there. Oh, hey. Let's head this way. So the good news is, because these are so far below us, we aren't getting as much experience. Continue pushing us over. Still getting experience, but... Oh, a pair of creatures have been drawn. But pretty easy for us. That takes care of that. So let's head back into the encampment. Village, whatever you want to call it. I guess I'll start from the north? Are you kidding me? You can't jump off right there. Fine. I'll do this the hard way. Jerks. Alright, so first up, we're gonna be turning in the leave quest. Let's get the reward. Not much because we're so high above it. Alright, a little bit more experience, but not too much more there. And we've now unlocked leaves in Morby Bay. So let's head over here. Finish up this quest. Nailed it! Leviathan's Eye, you really gone and fetched me the blinking cores. Our brooms will be right pleased to see that, he will. 'Twas the foreman what came up with the idea to use the cores to heat the rivets. A clever one, that man, sharper than the fang and the fishback's beak. Probably is why he made Chief so quick-like. Let's go ahead, grab that money. And he does not have another quest for us. Thank goodness. But... oh my goodness. I'm like low on water right now, I can tell. Can't tell, my water bottle's almost empty. Alright, maybe go, where are you crawling from? I don't recall sending for no initiates, eh? Ariana? I once knew a lass named Arya back when I served on a cloud dancer. She was a buxom young lass with eyes as big as and round as ogre pumpkins. You ain't her, though. Nose ain't quite right. And who are you again? Ah, got something to tell me, has you? Rosness? What's that mumbling milksop with one about this time? Now let me guess that he's lonely. Put a pair of warm women in his arms and another on his lap and he'll be right as rain. This is what I do to help me forget that what ails me. Not that old Mimido needs much help with forgetting, mind you. Might be that I'll send them up a few saucy strumpets this coming eve. Okay. All that work. No. This is where we're taking the lilies. Gift from me from the Candlekeep of Ocean's Torch? I don't recall ever meeting any... Ah, the Noscea Lilybell, yes, coming back to me. Rosnez, I believe his name was. I remember specifically commenting how I despise my patrols through God's script for the area is full of Noscea Lilybell, and the terrible weeds always send me into sneezing fits. While I am, flattered, I am afraid I cannot return the gesture. As head watch of the Moraby dry docks, it's my responsibility to this place is kept until Victory's christening. I simply haven't the time to pay what would-be soldiers any mind, no matter how desperate they may be. Though perhaps once the ship is complete, I could consider climbing up to get into. Perhaps. I can at least respect that. Alright, looks like we have wrapped up around here. So let's head on in to the Wolves' Den. Okay, seriously. Like, I am desperately needing a drink right now. So, we want to head down here. Yeah, we want to take the ferry. Bound for Wolves' Den, yes. So, this is going to enter us into the PvP area, which is going to give us a hotbar very specific to PvP. I basically never touch the PvP in this, even if there's some glamour pieces I want. It just doesn't interest me. I've never really been interested in PvP sorts of things, so I just want to get this quest done. And yep, test your skill, you can get information there. It's time to duel. Please tell me this isn't like a quest I have to actually do. Please, I beg of you, stay with those ferocious looking fists. I'm not ready for full contact sparring. Why, I've only just begun to practice my one-elm punch. That's like a move that's not even in the game anymore. So, you haven't come to duel me then? My apologies, you have the look of a woman who enjoys the thrill of a fight, and I thought perhaps you'd come to challenge me. And for good reason, I might add. You see, a maelstrom recently opened up a new sparring ground of sorts right here on this pier. Now adventurers can go toe-to-toe without climbing down into the pit. As all of a sudden, you were just like everyone else, eager to earn a notch on your belt. I haven't the skill nor the courage to put up a fight, but you have the look of a woman who's weathered her fair share of battles. Perhaps you'd like to test your mettle in the ring? Not with me, of course. The officer who oversees the arena is just over there. Doubtless she'd be happy to tell you all about it. Just look at that frightful stare. Always on the lookout for fresh blood, or so they say. Okay, well, it sounds like we do have a quest we can just simply turn in. Let's try to get the last bits of water out of this thing. I think it's basically done, other than what's melting. Was this another wolf pup? Itching to get in the ring, aren't you? Well, if it's blood you're after and you need it quick, might be you can slake your thirst here. Before you go rushing off to get yourself bludgeoned, though, there's rules to be learned. Don't you worry, none lass will teach you all you need to know. Alright, we aren't going to actually learn about that. So you can see we do have some very specific skills that normally we wouldn't either have at this point or whatever. And you can also see we have like more HP and just very specific stats in regards to this area. So it's just a special area, and like I said, I don't like doing PvP. recall seeing your ugly mug around here before. You say that Swift sent you? He said it was an adventure, not some simpering sailors. If I had known it was your sorry heart I'd be dealing with, I'd have spit on your recommendation papers and tossed them in the briny deep. But, much to my chagrin, you made it here in one piece. So listen up. They call this place the Wolf's Den, but you're no wolf. No, you're the little whimpering, drooling pup who'd be lucky to suck on one drop from your mom's teeth before your bigger siblings grabbed you by your neck and tossed you aside the star like the wretch you are. Jeez. Stand up straight, maggot. This ain't no place for the faint of heart. Now give your sorry arse till sundown before you run home with your tail between your legs, crying for your bum. You're beyond help, but because I'm feeling so goddamn generous, I'll give it to you anyway. If you have a mind to learn something, come back and I'll beat it into you good and proper. But next time you show your ugly book, I want to see fangs. Dismissed. Alright, so, yep, this is the Wolf's Den. I believe I still need to attune to the Aetherite, because yes, I should do that. Make sure you attune. And at that point... Oh, looks like earning your wings. Fine, what's this? Soft Knocks comes the wolf place learns that uplanders have many heart thumps for fighty play. Soft Knocks sees chance for busy deal, offers gobby hand lending for uplanders to have a better fighty play. Crunch bones, smash steel muchly. Now new fighty play is born, name of rival wings. Machina of gob make, help uplanders make much mayhem together. If Unlander wishes to fill a brain case with knowings of rival wings, Soft Knocks happy to give many tongue flaps. And that unlocks Rival Wings, which is accessible via the Duty Finder. So now if we check it, we can see that the PvP tab is now available. However, Studio is temporarily unavailable. So they aren't always going to be available. For instance, like that one says unavailable. There's also the feast and all that. And yeah. So that's your basic introduction as much as I know of PvP. I'm gonna head to Gridania now and start heading towards the story quest. Alright, so taking a trip over here to the Lancers Guild. Now it's gonna recommend PvP to me in there. The ferry docked at the base of this hill will carry you across the lake to the East Shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east and you'll find the Hawthorne Hut without much trouble. Okay, if you say so. Let's go ahead and head for Sweet Bloom Pier. And not the housing area. So, welcome to East Shroud. We get 9,480 experience because it's our first time here. And that also means we probably have a bunch of side quests. Oh, no, not until we actually get over to where the Aetherite is. Sweet. Well, it looks like we've also got some stuff we need to take care of. Some 9 IVs, which is down around here, and that's up there for that. So, need to keep an eye out for some overgrown ivy so that we can go ahead and do our hunting log. But pretty simple path over. Just really. Not much, just... yeah. So this place is probably one of the most dreaded places to get to, at least on foot, just because of this top right area here. It's terrible. It's really terrible. And it looks like we've got the leaves quest for here, and we've got our chocobo, and we've got our aetheryte. Don't want to hire a chocobo porter. I do want to attune, however. If I can spot any overgrown ivies from here. I cannot. You know. So, first things first, let's go ahead and head into this hut once I learn how to use a ramp. And let's talk to this NPC. Indeed, I am Emmeline of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all know. What do you know more? You do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the sylphs than I'll ever know. And we're level 33, so let's talk to Rolf. Sylphic Studies. Come to learn a thing or two about the sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing. They're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. They're beg pardon, friend. My memory is just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all clutter in my noggin now. Itchy nose. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. Alright, and we've also got a side quest. The sylphs, yes, father has told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to ours. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Okay. What quest do you have for me? The replacement color. You have a look of one who has seen more than her fair share of danger. I am Florimond, a sentry of Jocelyn's Spire. Though you would be forgiven for imagining me a sentry of this hut, for so seldom have I left it in recent days. I sustained an injury, you see, and have been out of commission for some time. Anyway, my wood whaler comrades are about to commence a culling operation in the bramble patch, and the thought of them marching through the jaws of danger while I languish here like a coddled babe is frankly too much to bear. I realize this is sudden, but might I trouble you to take part in the operation in my stead? If you would do me this favor, seek out Captain Aniud at Jocelyn's Spire. He will tell you all you need to know. Okay. I will do that. Meanwhile, I guess we should go ahead and grab the leave one. Hail, adventurer. I am Kina Laiga, a good leave representative for the Adventurers Guild. If it is work you seek, the good folk who reside in the vicinity of the Hawthorn Hut have entrusted me with a multitude of tasks I am eager to assign to stalwart heroes. Stalwart ones, I say. Many of these leave quests are not for the faint of heart or frail of body. Before I send you marching into the wilderness, I must see what manner of adventure has arrived upon my doorstep, so to speak. Let's start you on a trial guild leave, shall we? How does this one suit you? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, trial one. Get a venture for it. Exactly, you merely need beckon to the sylph and help lead her to her destination. Again, it's another beckoning one. But let's talk to Blazet. The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your footsteps on the sylph. It's the same as so simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Okay. What do you have to say? Sylphs inveterate tricksters and troublemakers. That's what they are. One day they're drawing marble faces on our mask. Next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Alright, so let's report back before we resume our picking up of the quests around here before calling it good. Of Of course, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought back the memories flooding back to me, I feel like. Dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together. Yeah, nothing brings people together quite like a little toad happened. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. Need to well remember this. It just may help win the favor of our forest friends. Good to know. First impressions. Oh, still here, eh? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. Turn the request, you do well to bring a, drat, what was again? And my wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. And of course, she's all the way over there. But I want to finish up grabbing quests around here. Alright. Are you behind? I hope you are. I don't want to go back in. That's a yes. You are inside. Dang it! I swear I hate controlling this thing sometimes. It's always the same. It's the same thing, but... Now it's you. You're an adventurer, are you not? Aye, you have the same air about you as father. He used to be an adventurer like you, though he has long since retired. Now finds pleasure in welcoming travels to his humble hut. We also serve hot meals to the brave men and women who protect our borders. A small token of our appreciation for their efforts. Speaking of which, our meat stocks are running perilously low yet again, and I must head into the bramble patch to trap some game. Sorry to cut short our conversation, but duty calls and no one else is going to. Oh, I do hate to impose, but might I trouble you to take this box of hunting tools and lay the traps in my stead? It is for a good cause. As I mentioned, there are only so many hours in a day, you understand, and every bell I spend on this task would be a bell spent neglecting another. I suppose, but that's going to send us up there, and I'm trying to grab everything around here. Okay. I guess it is up there. Yeah, it is. So, no, it's over there, I guess. Say, how does one actually get up there? But it's right over here. All the way up here. We should have 2 things to do up here, maybe? Got a quest, and it's inside. Swinophobia. Those dreadful notes. Oh, swinophobia. Tusks like unto spears, and the squealing. That dreadful squealing and death hymn that haunts my dreams each night. Why, oh why did they ever leave home to come here? Hail, adventurer, you're sharp-eyed. Mine tells me you're keen to prove yourself, and to your good fortune, I have a menial task. A deal for one of your fair to middling abilities. Wild boars plague the bramble patch, and it's about time that someone called the herd. Well, hop to it now. Alright, so we have to go take care of some wild boars. But it looks like... Oh, I thought... What? Was I seeing things then? I don't know. Let's go ahead and grab this. Oh, this is one of those. There was another quest up there. I swear there was another quest up there. But... maybe I'm just going crazy? It's very possible. I'm not going crazy. What brings you here, adventurer? Floramon's replacement, you say, and you are aware of the risk? Aye, well, you do seem a capable sort. Floramon's task was to be the slaying of 6 black bats in the bramble patch. Take it you will now see to this? Very well, I wish you the best of luck. Alright, so we need to kill some bats too, it seems. So, I think for now I am going to call it there. Next part we will work on exploring the East Shroud and seeing what all we can find. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps her keeping content like this. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Hopefully with more water. That would be great.